Hello folks, welcome back to my little space here on YouTube. I'm in the wonderful part of the Eden Valley today. Oh, what a place, what a place. And we specifically come here today to photograph one of the most beautiful gorges in the English countryside. And it's named by folklore, the Grand Canyon of England. The Grand Canyon of England, I can't wait to get up there and take some photographs, I really can't, but on the way, if something catches my eye, I'll be sure to take it, I really will. Just look at that behind me. Absolutely beautiful. Blessed to be here today, blessed to be here. And it's going to take a good few hours, this one. It's about 10 miles, and if I don't get on, we're going to be here till midnight, so onwards and upwards. Amazing to think that 30 miles away from where I live, the changing landscape. We go from mountains and fells to open moorland, smoothed out hills in this area. And it's an amazing place we live in, isn't it? It's such an amazing place and diverse. And that's one of the wonderful things I love about Britain. You could go 30 or 40 miles away and the scenery just changes so significantly. And what a great thing for landscape photography that is. You know, I don't think we realise how lucky we are in this country, honestly, I really don't. Purely for the diversification of it. You know, you're not to travel, it's taken me 45 minutes to get here, and what a dramatic change it is. Absolutely unbelievable. And when we get up to the place I'm taking you today, wow, that just changes from this scenery with the open moorland here to a totally different landscape at the top of here. Okay folks, we've come across that, navigated that little bit, that's that ridge that we just come down here. And then we've navigated the bog and come down the path on our way to hike up Nick, the gorge that I was telling you about earlier in the video. And it's a shame that it's a bit overcast, very moody. So if we're lucky, we might get a bit of shaftage of light down the gorge as we approach. But we'll see. I'm so excited to see this. It's the first time I've been here, and yeah, it's great that you can see it too. Right folks, how beautiful is that? Absolutely amazing. Now this central position where I am at the minute looks absolutely amazing to the eye. Photographically though, not for me I don't think. There's just too much space in the central part of this gorge. So I'm going to be strategic in my composition and either go left or right. And I've seen a lot of photographs in this central location, trying to get everything in. But I'm going to look in different areas to try and make, I don't know, maybe something a little bit different and be strategic where I place my frame. It does look wonderful centrally, it does, but there's just too much space in that central position for me. So yeah, I'm going to either move left or right from this central location, but boy does it look good. It does look so beautiful, it really does. I'm just getting a bit of sunlight through the central part of this gorge now. You can see why they call it the Grand Canyon of England, can't you? What a place. I hope you have liked it as much as I do. Absolutely amazing. So anyway, let's go and try and find some compositions here. Okay folks, set up for my shot here. So I've opted to come to the left hand side of High Cucknick. There's more interest in this foreground, which really helps the image. I've seen a lot of photographs in that central position, getting everything in, and there's nothing in the foreground other than that gorge and the cliffs on the either left hand side and the right hand side. Whereas I've come across here, I've got a lot of interest on the right hand side nearer to me with this flow of rocks on the right, and then this massive rock formation on the left there, and then there's some space right in between both of those for the image to flow into the far distance with the river in the gorge. And then also we've got a hill on the right hand side and on the left, which is balancing that out, and then so it sends the image all the way through into the distance, into the far countryside. Works perfectly for me. Nice bit of cloud formation as well for this black and white shot. Can't beat it for me, can't beat it. So I've just moved over to the central position where I was at before, and I noticed as I've come back over, when I just photographed that last composition, this rock formation here on the left hand side of my last composition looks wonderful at this side actually. It's off centre from High Cucknick centrally, so it's like an absolute colossus of rock on the left hand side as you're looking at this now, and then it sort of curves, the rock formation curves all the way out into the distance, right into the horizon, which looks absolutely wonderful. I think a portrait format for this would look really good. It's amazing how, like, the longer you stay in a location, the more beneficial it is that your compositions start to come out. I think that's really important when you're out and about, rather than photographing one piece of the landscape and then buggering off and trying to find something else. There's a lot to say about being in the same place and working it and working it and working it. maybe for a few hours to really get your eye in. So I think I'm going to set up this shot. It looks absolutely wonderful with this rock formation on the left hand side of sort of a portrait, I think. It's a looking camera. I think it'd definitely be a portrait, then sort of swings out into the distance there and to the right. Looks wonderful for me. Right folks, I'm at the other side of this beautiful hike up neck, and you get a different perspective here at this side. This light that's shining through the gorge now, and the weather's got absolutely lovely actually. There's a lot of dappled light that's coming through the landscape at the minute. And I forgot to tell you, when I took those shots, they're at 28mm. So what I'm going to try and do this time is go up the other side of my zoom range, which is up to 400mm, and see if I can take some shots out into the far distance. Not necessarily hike up Nick, but in the surrounding landscape. But you can see how vast this area is. Absolutely huge. And it's a great experience being up here, let me tell you. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to try and get to a couple more images before we head back at that other side of my range on my lens. Got my next image here, and like I said, I wanted to find a composition that's right out into the distance than my other shots, so I've got a bit of a variation in my images today. And I've zoomed out at 125, 130mm into the distance to catch those hills with the sunlight on them. It's very simple, but I've tried to balance out the hills into the distance so they're all sort of intersecting each other and they're not overlapping too much and making it unbalanced basically. It's a very simple shot, out at 130mm, and I'm at f11. Just keep some sharpness in the whole image, and I really love the simplicity of this. So let's go ahead and take this one. Right folks, trying to get one more image for you guys and for myself. I think it's always a good idea if you've got a good zoom range, or you've got a lot of fixed focal lengths at the wide end and at the telephoto end, that it's important when you go out to take both situations, so it gives a different story to the day that you've had and a different perspective basically. And also helps your portfolio, doesn't it? You don't want to have loads of wide angle shots and loads of just telephoto shots, if that's what you want to do, mind. If that's what you want to do. But I like a variation in my portfolio that tells a different story to the day that I had. So I always try and take some wide shots and some telephoto shots in the same area, but gives a different perspective. Anyway, look at this light, still getting some beautiful light here today. Been blessed today, been absolutely perfect for landscape photography in black and white. So I'm after one more image, and I think we'll go for another telephoto shot, I think, if I can find one. Or if I find something that's a little different, we'll take a shot which any focal length we have. Makes sense to me. Oh dear, honestly. Come across something quite nice here. I'm quite a way down. I've lost a lot of elevation from where the last shot was taken. And this little barn is a good find for me. It might be a bit close to it might be a bit close to the front of the frame, because I've got this little track that runs off into the distance, which is absolutely beautiful, by the way. But that barn is very close to this inner field in here, and because I'm zoomed in, to negate that, that barn gets a little bit closer to my frame at the bottom, but I still think it works. I think there's enough space there for it to work. And I just love the way that that little brick wall runs around the back of the barn there, and then obviously the road runs into the distance, which is absolutely wonderful. I love it. The only thing is, there's no contrast at all in this one. To be honest with you, there's no sun in on the hills anywhere, so, and there's no sun hitting that barn. But I think it's a great find, and it's something to come back to, and I really love it as a composition. I'm going to do a landscape and a portrait format for it, and then I'm going to do it handheld. So I'm in at 70mm for this one. Right, you guys, love that last image, by the way. Oh, loved it. What a nice little find. These are great things, isn't it, when you would just go out and been to places that you've never been to before, and little things like that pop up from nowhere. Absolutely amazing. The sun's hitting that barn now. Typical, isn't it? Anyway, I've got 4 decent images I'm really pleased with. And this walk is absolutely wonderful. What a lovely place. It's a fair old trek. It's about 9.8 miles. So, and I've still got a mile to go, by the way. But photography done for today now. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing to my little channel here on YouTube. Until the next time, you take care of yourself, folks. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.